byGoldenberry, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how I work the jasmine stitch that I use for my Jasmine Sun Hat crochet pattern. This is the 0 to 3 month old hat, and as you can see it has 3 jasmines around the crown, each with 6 petals. I've used 100% hemp in DK weight, and you can find the link to both the pattern and the hemp yarn in the description below. For this example I'm working on the teen size, and I've already started the crown. I'm on row 4 and I've made 2 of the jasmine bases already. I'm about to start the next one. So we'll start by pulling up a loop to the size that we want the petal to be. We're going to make a half puff stitch in between the last 2 trebles. For the first jasmine of this row, that would be in between the chain 2 and the first treble. So we'll pull up a loop to the length that we want it to be and make a half puff stitch in between the last 2 trebles. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on my hook. We then need to do the same in the stitch where the last treble is, so in this one here. So make another half puff stitch into that stitch. Like that. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 loops on the hook. Next we need to skip this next stitch here and make another half puff stitch into the stitch after, so this one. Remembering to keep pulling up the loops to the size that you want the petals to be. So now we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 loops on the hook. The next thing we need to do is to pinch the yarn here, like that, so that we've got a loop to come back to. Yarn over, and whilst holding this pinch, pull through all the loops on the hook, like that. And then put your hook through this pinched loop here, yarn over and pull through both loops. So now we should have something that looks like 3 petals. 1, 2, 3. We're going to make another petal at this point into the center of the jasmine. So we need to pull up another loop to the length that we want it and make another half puff stitch into that space there. Next we need to make a half treble into the next free stitch, which is this one here. So we'll yarn over, put our hook through the stitch, yarn over and pull through. So we have 2 extra stitches, so that's 7 altogether. And yarn over and pull through all the loops on the hook. And to finish it off, we need to yarn over and pull through just to secure it together. So that's the jasmine base. So when we're counting the stitches for this section, we are counting 4 stitches altogether for the jasmine base. We're not counting this one because this is still the last treble before the jasmine. So we'll start counting from this big loop here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches for the jasmine base. So when we come back around to the jasmine on row 5, we need to finish the jasmine by making a jasmine top, and to do that we start off by making a half treble into this first stitch before the jasmine. So for this first jasmine it would be the same stitch that you slip stitched into to finish row 4. So we'll start off with that. Then we need to make 2 puff stitch into the centre of the jasmine. Remembering to pull the loops up to the size that you want the petals to be, and for each of these 2 we're going to yarn over and pull through all the loops and then secure it like that. So that's the first one. We'll do the same for the next one. Okay, so we now have 2 extra petals, and to bring it all together we need to then make another half treble into this stitch after the jasmine. And that's it, that's the jasmine. So then when counting the stitches, we start counting from this half treble here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.